Before I left, I plumped up the pillows, turned down the sheets, just in case thieves break in. And like Goldilocks, they'd be distracted by the invitation of crisp, clean sheets, perhaps lie there and leaf through books and watch Andy Goldsworthy making twigs. Refreshed, they'd leave to rub other someones who had left beds unmade, and I'd return to find a faint impression of Goldilocks on my sheets. Thank you.
Okay, well, this is April 29th, 1995, Morgantown, West Virginia. 8 hours ago, Lily Weber still shone like a planet of the faintest magnitude, so far removed in her spin around the solar system that her influence caused but slight perturbation in my own eccentric orbit. A celestial trace remained, of course, but my 3 marriages had expunged her rare transits to mere calculations scribbled in the margins of my romantic ephemeris, until even the wobble I felt each 4th of July remained slight. Oh, I admit I recalled her scent whenever someone mentioned Hinton, or the touch of her flesh when I passed Beeler High School, but those remained rare occasions, and I never expected to see her again. In fact, I could not even estimate how she must have changed in these 12 years, so that when she returned, it was not like familiar Venus, sparkling bright, but as an icy orb from behind the sun, only glowing upon its approach, like a comet from the outer belts of memory. But last night, she arced across the sky. After a brutal bout of drinking with the softball team, when everybody but me, Frank, and Darlene, the bartender, had gone home, the debris field of love's first memory showered down like dangerous meteors. Though first, Frank cut 3 lines of cocaine out on the bar and explained to Darlene and I how he gained the trust of his new, much cheaper connection. You know that pool installation in Colfax I helped Spec finish? We worked on Sundays after my morning shift at the cafe, and he paid me straight cash, and well, after he let off, I like to run over to the last stop for a beer or two, right off the interstate, you know? Right by the Dairy Cream corner, Darlene says. That's the place. Of course, nobody there knows me from Adam, but the drinks are cheap and they have some pool tables and darts, so you know, it'll do. Well, anyways, one night I'm in there past happy hour and they're having a karaoke contest, and this old woman gets up and explains how she discovered her husband dead in his sleep last week, and he always loved the King, so she dedicates an Elvis song to him. Can't help falling in love, and the whole place goes silent. Well, right after she starts singing, this chubby woman built like a cello and showing 6 inches of cleavage comes in, slamming the door behind her, and the first thing she does is heckle the old woman, with no idea, of course, that she's crooning to her dead husband. Next thing you know, the old woman drops the mic, lunges at the chubby lady, and now every woman in the place starts yelling and throwing fruity drinks through the air, probably sisters and daughters and such, and they tumble out in the parking lot. Even that zombie bitch who drinks so much she always pisses her jeans right on her bar stool. But the funny thing was, not one single man moved a muscle. We just looked around at each other, smirked, and tipped our drinks in a silent toast. Anyways, after about 20 minutes, most of the women come back in except for the old lady, and here this nice looking chubby has lost a button on her cleavage, so it's all the way into indecent exposure territory now. And she's got the beginnings of a black eye and done made some serious enemies. So don't you know? She sits right next to me, orders up a chili dog, and starts yapping how she hates Elvis and how her own idiot ex might as well be dead himself because he never touched her. And the last thing she had any, in fact, was with the Elvis impersonator, would you believe it, on a trip to Vegas last summer, which she won collecting cigarette coupons. And how she lives just behind the Dairy Cream corner, maybe 3 blocks from the bar. Well, I'm thinking this is too easy. So I buy a 6er to go, and we slip out and walk to her trailer. But as soon as we walk in, I realize we ain't alone after all. Her teenage daughter and her damn mother are there too, wondering what this strange man is doing, drinking beer on their god-awful couch with those floral patterns all over it. And all over the house are family photos with the ex-husband looking like the sorriest son of a bitch, only I realize she's still wearing a ring. So I answer a few polite questions from her mother and squirm on the couch when the daughter slams the door down the hall and the old lady stands in the kitchen and just stares at me instead of leaving or sitting down. So I finish my beer and I say, I gotta skedaddle. And that chubby bitch don't put up much of a fight. Probably had enough excitement for one day. You know, I have standards. I don't sleep with no other man's woman if I can help it. I mean, don't know about it. Darlene pulls 2 more cold beers from under the bar and opens them frank at me. She has a lot of cred with the boys on the softball team. For one thing, she never sleeps with her customers, in spite of the fact that she's 10 years out of college and spends most of her off nights shooting pool until the band goes on, when she wends her way down front. She keeps her hair under a red bandana, laughs loud with gap front teeth, and always wears tour shirts above jeans with rolled cuffs. Frank told me he made a pass at her once, but she laughed it off and told him to go home. Now you're telling me, Darlene draws, that you run around on Wendy, but you respect other men too much to sleep with a married woman? That's right, no married women and no friends' exes. Doesn't that seem a little sexist, Darlene asked? Well, that's what I do, for fuck's sakes. At least I have some morals. Anyways, I drove home and I didn't think no more about it. But here a couple of days later, I'm in the last stop again, sitting all the way down at the end of the bar, and this loudmouth guy comes in and starts fucking with every single guy in the place. And anyhow, I recognize his sorry ass from those family photos. He's all upset because one of the dudes in here done took his wife home, and he wants to know who it was. She done told him the guy's from Beeler, at which point I'm glad nobody really ever talked to me. So I've waited.
Called You Can't, Feels Like I'm Coming Home. One day as the sun was going down, I had some time to kill downtown. Seeking any shelter from the storm, and we're almost safe and close to home. Through the door and across the room, felt like settling back into the womb. Smile, tap beer and a whiskey on the side, smile, laugh, enjoy the ride. Feels like I'm coming home. Tall and handsome Toby behind the bar left most his leg just outside Kandahar. But his smile's clear and clean as ever. He's charming, witty, and very clever. If I was cynical without a soul, I'd say he gets more than if he was whole. They fault a guy for doing what he can, so little benefits left and being a veteran. They claim you can't come back again, that there's no looking in your sin. Not trying to get away from anyone, just a place to rest, not on the run. Feels like I'm coming home. Feels like I've been here before. Feels like I kind of belong. Feels like I fit right in. Feels like I'm coming home. Is that the owner sitting over there, that tall guy without any hair? Or just a tough guy that they hired off-duty cop? Or maybe he's retired. What you think my daddy told me, no matter how tough you turn out to be, avoid the situation any all costs, fight the bouncer, and you lost. They claim you can't come back again. Tight white shorts and knee-high boots, shouting fine except at the roots. Collection of ink to raise the dead, up the thigh dragon, painted red. Hard to tell the color of her hair, but no way in hell to hide that there. Working through the chairs and tables, a bottom that inspires barroom fables. They claim you can't come back again, that there's no looking in your sin. Not trying to get away from anyone, just a place to rest, not on the run. Feels like